This client had recently discovered a Victorian tiled floor hidden underneath hallway carpet at their property in the Birmingham suburb of Bourneville. It didn't look in great condition as some areas were missing and staining from carpet adhesive, but it was a beautiful patterned floor tiled potentially with Minton tiles, and they were really keen to find out if it could be restored to its former glory. The rest of the property in Bourneville had retained its original features, so the floor would be the icing on the cake. I went along to survey the floor, provide a quote and perform a small cleaning demonstration, so they could get an idea of the results they could expect. The damaged areas were repairable, and once I had completed the test clean, we were confident the floor could be restored. They were happy to proceed with my quote, and the job was booked in. Bourneville is the home of the chocolate makers Cadbury, so many people will have visited and been aware of the area. Many of the houses were built for the workers at the Cadbury factory. On the first day I started on relaying the 3 internal door thresholds with some existing tiles and matching replacements that I had managed to source online. We are usually able to source reclaimed tiles and reproduction ones, so repairs are not usually a problem. It took some time to clean out the old adhesive, cut the replacement tiles to size where required, and then fix in place with fresh adhesive. The next job was to replace some broken ones along the edges, and some in the main part of the floor which had been drilled in too. These can be tricky to do as they can easily break adjoining tiles. When this was done, the tiles were grouted and the other loose ones reset. It's meticulous work, and the tile adhesive needs time to set before the next stage, which would be giving the entire floor a deep clean. The following day I focused on deep cleaning the tiles, starting with the removal of the strong adhesive that had secured the carpet gripper. This had to be removed by applying a neat Tile Dr. Pro Clean and leaving it to dwell for 10 minutes. The Pro Clean helped loosen the glue, which was then carefully scraped off. The floor was then mopped with a strong dilution of Pro Clean before running over the tiles with a 200 grit diamond pad fitted to our rotary machine. This combination gets into the pores of the tile, releasing the dirt and renovating the surface. The resultant slurry was then rinsed off with water and extracted using a wet vacuum. Next, the floor was given an acid rinse using Tile Dr. Grout cleanup worked in with a 400 grit burnishing pad to further clean up the tiles and close up the pores. The floor was rinsed and extracted again and allowed to dry for 2 nights. On my return I tested the floor was dry with a damp meter and satisfied myself that the floor was dry and ready to accept a sealer which would enhance its appearance and protect it going forward. My sealer of choice was Tile Dr. Seal and Go Extra, which adds a nice subtle sheen to the floor and, being breathable, will cope with any potential moisture rising through the tiles. This is an important consideration on old floors like this, where no damp-proof membrane will have been fitted. By the time I had finished, the floor was transformed and had become the main focal point of the house. My clients were very pleased with the new entrance to their home, and before leaving we discussed aftercare, for which I left them with a complimentary bottle of neutral tile cleaner.